Hi, and welcome to my stop on the UK Scrappers blog hop. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Project Life, and particularly putting a spread together using stash that you've already got on hand rather than the specific supplies that are sold for Project Life. So the first thing I've done is pull out my supplies. I've picked a selection of 12 by 12 pages. These first two are from the Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm collection, and it's the cut apart sheets that a lot of manufacturers are doing at the moment. This one is the mix of 3 by 4 and 4 by 6 cards, and then the one on the left is just the 4 by 6 cards, and then they both have the full 12 by 12 pattern on the back. The next two are very similar. They're from the Alice and Craft line for Webster's Pages, and these are just 3 by 4 cut apart sheets. And then again they've got the full 12 by 12 spread on the back. So those are the papers. I've also pulled out two sticker sheets. These are both from Simple Stories 24/7 line. You've got the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, which is a selection of phrases, sayings, and then you've got smaller phrases and 4 alphas on the sheet on the right, which are a great size for Project Life. I've also picked up a 6 by 6 paper pad. This is also Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm collection. 6 by 6 pads are great for Project Life because they can be cut down into the smaller size and just fit perfectly in the pockets. This one comes with one of each design, and the designs are scaled down from the 12 by 12, so again they're great for the Project Life size. 6 by 6 pads are great for Project Life, so if you've got loads lying around and you don't know what to do with them, Project Life is a great way of using them up. I've also picked up the sticker book from the Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm collection. As well as the chipboard shapes from the same collection. Also got this Pebbles journaling pad. A lot of manufacturers are doing these at the minute, and there's lots of tear out sheets in here to use as journaling cards. They're in the 4 by 6 size, obviously can be cut down to fit the 3 by 4 pockets. I've also picked up a selection of labels. These are all October afternoon ones that I've cut from various label sheets from different collections. And then finally, pile of photographs ready to be scrapped. So the first thing I do when I'm using these cut apart sheets is literally cut them apart. So I'm going to go and do that now and then come back and show you how I get started on a Project Life spread. I've laid out my photos the way I want them to look on the page. I tend to keep quite detailed notes as I'm going through the week of the photos that I've taken, and an idea of where I want them to be on the spread, so that by the time I come to put it all together, I know exactly where I want everything to be. So the first thing I did was go through those journal cards that I cut up. So we've got the 3 by 4 cards that I've chosen here. I actually haven't gone with any of the Alison Wakem ones. These are all from the Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm collection in the end. So this is roughly where I think I might want them in the finished spread. And then I turn to the 4 by 6 journal cards, and you probably notice that there is a section here that needs a 3 by 4 card. And what I've done, this was originally 4 by 6, but I've cut it in half so that I can just use half of it behind that card there. And because I want to add some journaling to this card, I've just trimmed down the remaining side a little bit so that I can add that on there to put my journaling on that card. And then this 4 by 6 it's going to go down here. So once I've done that, the next thing is to fill in the rest of these gaps. So I've turned to the 6x6 paper pad, and I've picked 4 pieces that I've trimmed down to the 4x6 size that I'm then just going to add behind the photo. So I've got the title card there, this pink down here, and finally in that top corner. So the next thing then is to start adding some embellishments. So I went through the Dear Lizzie chipboard shapes, and I pulled out this one to use here and this one to go down here. Then from the Dear Lizzie sticker book, I've picked that one that I'm going to pair up here, and then this one works really well with these colours down in this corner. Then the Simple Stories 24/7 sticker sheets, I've pulled 3 out. I love this, works really well there. Click up with this series of photographs here, and I thought this arrow worked quite well there. And then finally I looked at the October Afternoon label stickers, and I've pulled out 2 to pair together down here to balance out the embellishments in this photo, and then this one will work. Oops. Just chuck onto there to layer up with that one. Okay, so at this point I'm going to stick all of this down, all of my stickers, photographs, get it all down, and then I'll come back and pair up. So everything's stuck down now. I've just added this Remember Today chipboard piece from the Dear Lizzie chipboard shapes onto the top of this card, so that I can just add some journaling onto there. But other than that, everything's as it was before, just all stuck now. So the next thing I want to add is some wood veneer. I love these little wood veneer shapes from Studio Calico. So I'm going to use these 4. And since my glossy accents has dried up, which is what I would normally use to attach them, I'm going to use my tiny attacher instead. So just pop them where I want them to go. You can see with this one, because it's a 4x6, I've actually just stuck it onto a 4x6 piece, just to make it one whole card rather than the 2 separate ones it was before. I'm just going to staple that heart on to there. Okay. And I've decided I want to do a little bit more with this card as well. So I've taken the You Are Awesome sticker from the Dear Lizzie book, and so at this stage I like to start adding some dates, and I do that with my Amy Tangerine roller date stamp. So the first dates I will add are the ones for the week. I like to use this particular card in each spread as a bit of a recap of the week, and one that includes the dates of the spread. Sometimes I'll add journaling to it and sometimes I won't. In this case I think I will. So I'll use my archival ink, and I'm leaving this blank because I literally just want the date, so I'm going to be careful just to get ink on that side. And I always get confused as to which way around it goes. Okay. And then I want the little arrow. You can tell I use that one a lot. The date for Sunday. specific ones. Okay, so the next thing is to add some journaling, so I'm going to do that and then come back. I've just added journaling to 3 of the cards, 1, 2 and 3. Not much else that I want to say this week really. I think a lot of the photos really speak for themselves. I do want to add Hunter's name to this card, so I'm going to use the 24/7 sheet from Simple Stories, and I think I'm going to use these blue alphas here. I'm going to work backwards just to make sure I have enough space. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape underneath that, just as kind of lining it on afterwards. I should have added that first, but never mind. Okay. And then I also want to add some text to this one to make it clear what's in this photograph. So okay, I'm just going to finish that off with this. Okay. So all that leaves now is just the title card. And this is where I do what you would probably describe as something most like normal scrapping. So I'll pull together all of the scraps and these lovely, you get the tear off strips from the bottom of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper quite often, particularly the American Crafts ones. I've noticed the 6 by 6 paper pads have the tear off strip at the top, which is really useful, and that's a lovely diagonal stripe that I might use. Actually. We spent quite a bit of time at home this week with it being the Easter weekend, so I'm going to add a little Woodbury House to it, I think. So, and I'm really just going to add a little cluster in this bottom corner, and then I'll just pop the week number in there as well. I'm not worried about being precise. I just need to find some alphas to put the weekend number in there. So I'm going to use these thickers, Amy Tangerine thickers. They're not the best at sticking. You can see they're all falling off the sheet. So I think I will end up using a couple of staples on these just to keep them down. So this is the finished spread, ready to just be popped into the divided page protectors. If you wanted to create something like this and didn't want to use the divided pockets, you could just pop these down onto a sheet of 12 by 12 and then just slip that into a normal page protector. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my overview of creating a project life spread using your standard scrapbooking supplies rather than the ones that are specifically sold for project life. If you decide to have a go at creating one yourself, I'd love to see it, so please do link up a picture of it in the comments and I'll come and have a look. Thanks again, see you soon.